Today we're going to show you how to stretch the psoas muscle, which is a muscle on the hip. It's actually a complex. You have the psoas and the iliacus muscles. Two muscles. They pretty much rotate your pelvis anteriorly. So if you're looking at your pelvis, they rotate it like this. And a lot of people, it's a cause of low back pain, because these muscles actually originate on the vertebrae of the lumbar spine and actually attach to the discs of the spine. So if this muscle is tight bilaterally, or if one is tight, it can actually cause stress on the discs or cause stress on the muscle in the low back. So first off, before doing the stress, make sure you get assessed to see if this muscle is tight and it actually needs to be stretched. The stretch we're going to show you is actually based off the work of a guy. He's an osteopath out of France and Canada. His name is This is actually his material. It's cutting edge material, and it's a type of myofascial stretch that we do depending on the person, sometimes before training, sometimes after training. All the fascia in your body is completely connected from muscle to muscle. There's different groups of them, but also through the muscle. So what we're going to show you is the psoas stretch. The first thing is you want the client on their knee. You want to make sure the back foot is internally rotated, because the psoas, it flexes the hip, adducts the leg, and externally rotates it like that. So to stretch a muscle, you just do the opposite thing. So you want to make sure the back leg is internally rotated. Okay? Now the second thing is, you want to make sure the person has a posteriorly rotated pelvis. So you want to make sure they squeeze their butt. You also want to make sure when they're doing this, they're not squeezing it so much they're going like this. Just a slight contraction. When you do that, you're actually taking the organ and the muscle of the insertion further away from each other. Where if I go like this, right, they move closer. If I go like this, they get pulled further away. So you're getting a stretch. Now, this is how most people stretch the psoas. Or they put you on the edge of a bench and they stretch it. Or they stretch it with the foot neutral. You're not going to stretch the muscle at all. You're actually going to stretch ligaments and do more harm. So understanding the anatomy is key. So foot internally rotated. You want the glutes contracted. Now this is where the myofascial stretching in Guy Voyer's work is completely different from others. You want the arms up, completely locked. You want the wrists extended, okay? So this is extension, that's flexion. You want extension. And you want the hands externally rotated. So to figure that one out, just put the arms by the side. If she rotates in, that's internal rotation. If she rotates out, that's external. We want external rotation, wrist and extension. Now the key on the stretch, there's a lot of components. You want to hold it for 30 seconds and do 3 reps, resting for about 15 to 30 seconds in between. So you want to keep the foot internally rotated, hips contracted. You want to make sure the chin is neutral and they're trying to elongate their head towards the ceiling. And they're reaching while driving through the entire motion into extension and external rotation. So it requires a lot of energy from the person doing the stretch. The reason we're elongating the spine is to create a decompression here. Elongate the fascia. Remember, the psoas doesn't just attach to the leg, it attaches to the lumbar spine. So by doing this, we're getting a full stretch through the organ insertion of the muscle and through the entire myofascial chain. Instead of just in the leg, how most people do it like this and then they lean forward. You're just stretching the insertion of the muscle and you're not really getting a good stretch on the muscle, because what if someone's issue, and most people's is in the low back. So when you add in this arm component, you're getting a complete myofascial stretch. So just to review, foot internally rotated, glutes contracted, arms up, chin neutral, spine neutral, elongating the head, reaching into extension and external rotation while breathing. Don't hold your breath. Do it 30 seconds, 3 times. If you have any other questions regarding this, you can Google Guy Voyer. His work is incredible. You can visit our website at